Okay, this is the funnest part I got right here. Okay, this filter is reusable, but it takes a while to dry. Pretty incredible. You do have to replace it after a while. But wow, that was easy. Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you how to do all the maintenance and give you my 3-month real-world test results on this Dreame Matrix10 robot vacuum cleaner. So I did purchase this robot with my own money. I wasn't paid for this video. This is home of the honest review. So I took this robot vacuum cleaner to my house and I used it for 3 months. And wow, this thing was a beast. I'm going to tell you right now, it was doing an amazing job of cleaning. I hated to see it go, but it's a little on the big side. I don't know that we necessarily need this base station that can install different mop pads. That's something I don't think helped clean my house, but as far as functionality, the robot does a great job. I did enjoy the larger water tanks that this bigger base station has. Now, I just got finished up doing the video on the Aqua 10. It was at my house right next to this one, and I'll tell you right now, this one, while the Aqua 10 could mop better, this is an overall better robot and a better experience. So everything I'm going to show you here, the parts that need to be replaced, cleaned, I'll have links to them. The best place to find them is on my website, justadadapproved.com, also in the description. If you purchase this robot or any of these parts using a link off of my website or in the video, I will earn a small commission from the sale. I am an affiliate with Amazon. The product won't cost you anymore, but it is a way of helping support my channel. Okay, so I got the tanks out. The clean water tank, there is a little filter at the end of that line that sometimes you have to clean, but it's in good shape. The dirty water tank, I'm going to show you some tricks. It really gets a lot of odor. We're going to take it to the sink and clean it. Here is, like, there's where the tanks went. There's really nothing going on up there. Press that button. Here's the mop pads. You know, they may need replaced. Luckily, this one came with extra ones. This would be kind of expensive to have to buy a whole set. You know, but hey, I will tell you, this worked. I didn't have to hassle with it. I never once had to like fix this mechanism or anything. So this robot is very expensive though. It retails for $1,800. It is on sale for $1,600. You're paying a lot for this mechanism that does all this work. It's not identical to like an X50 or an L50 or a Mova V50. It's pretty close, but let's get started. So I got the base station here. We got to do a little bit of work down here. Here is the dust bag. Now, this thing's full. And I'm a little shocked because the Aqua 10 was sitting right next to it. They were on pretty much the same schedule, I thought. The Aqua 10's dust bag was not as full as this. So this thing's doing a really good job of vacuuming. The solutions, I'm not convinced this is working. Like, I thought I had it on this hardwood floor cleaner, but it hasn't used much. It's used some of this they don't tell us. I wish they gave us more control over how much solution it used, when it used it. It just relies on them doing it. And as you see, I don't know that it's working that well. I put my solution in the clean water. Every time I fill this up with clean water, I put a little Shark Vac Mop solution in it. So let's take the dust bag, just pull this. That thing's full. I'm going to cut it open to show you. But wow, is it full? And there's no dust, so it's sealed. It's doing a good job. Now there's a little trick. The dust bag has this little notch in here and this little notch here. We want to push this in this track. Make sure the bag doesn't get caught. Push it down. That's going to go right there. Make sure this is flush and this is flush. That's going to stick out a little bit. And then you can get, the arrow goes down. Put the legs in first. Click it into place. Now, I get this question all the time. Do robot vacuum cleaners work? Yes, they do. And this thing is full. Fine dust. Dog. I have a dog at home. Wow. That's incredible. That's just so much. Wow. Now, that's about 3 months. You probably should change it after about 2 months. Popcorn seeds. Just incredible. There's some of the early testing. We got some paper. There's the early testing confetti. Look at, this thing's heavy from all of the dirt and debris, but look at that hair. I didn't realize there would be that much hair. Now there's a procedure in the app where you can have it, the robot is docked and you hit clean washboard. It doesn't do it. It just does an okay job. But this is a filter. I should have cleaned that earlier probably. But we need to take this to the sink and get that clean. There's a lot of, I'm just gonna get some rags and wipe this clean. Okay, spray just a little bit down there. You can scrub if you want. And then this is just easier to do. That cleaning procedure doesn't do that good a job. Just get down to get some oil. They're gonna get dirty. Just get this all nice clean. Yeah, I might wash your brush, just clean it some more. Okay, all nice and clean now. Especially clean around here. That was kind of dirty. That's kind of like, I wonder if those are like heating elements. The Mova P10 Pro Gen 2 has that. It's like a piece of popcorn in there. But yeah, this all looks good. The belt, there's a belt. This mechanism, I don't see any problem. Nothing's going on, so we're done down here. Okay, turn the robot off, hold the power button until it turns off. Takes about 5 seconds. Lift the cover up. I never had a problem with the cover coming off. We got sensors. This is a big sensor. There's side sensors here too, so we want to clean those. This is a lint-free brush. You know, it's been doing a pretty good job. It's not beat up too bad. This sensor, come around back. That's another sensor right there for backing up. Charging points. This is where it fills the robot up. There's the auto empty. That's all clear. Okay, we're good. Let's take the dust bin out. Now this, I should have been cleaning this every couple weeks. I didn't. This is going to be extremely dirty. It's not too bad. Maybe I did clean it once. But anyway, this is what I recommend getting a new one. That way you can clean this one, let it dry in the sun or on top of a register, and then put this one in there. This will help increase suction quite a bit. So, but these are reusable. I'm going to wash it today. Looks like we are getting, this is pretty common. I don't like that it keeps the door open. You can lose suction power because it's creating suction power through here. This is a sealed chamber, and if this is cracked open, so maybe take the dustbin out every couple weeks. This isn't that big a deal if it's been auto emptying. It's been, you know, things have been working because the Aqua 10 was not working and it was very apparent. All right, and this is not too bad. All right, so we're gonna put that off to the side. All right, we're ready to tip the robot over. Now again, the mop pads, you can take these off. These are pretty worn. You can take these off. That's getting a little dirt down there. So I might take these. These are the ones that pivot. We want to keep that nice and clean. Yeah, there's quite a bit of embedded dirt in here. Put these, at the very least, put these in your laundry. These have been working for 3 months. You eventually will have to replace them. Not too bad here. There's a little bit of grime, but not too bad. We'll wipe that off. The wheels are in good shape. A little bit of fuzz. Nothing going on. We have to get like a duster sometime and get down there. Side brush is in pretty good shape. That's a #1 Phillips. I'm going to leave it on. Now, when you put the new one on, make sure you tighten that screw really tight. All right, here we have the cliff sensors. This is so it doesn't fall down your stair. There's one here, here, little black windows here. And then look the wheels over. Wheels look in good shape. My carpet sensor is in good shape. If you have a bunch of dirt and debris in there, you don't want to poke anything. Just kind of lightly blow some air in there to get it out. Now let's take a look at the main brush. This works really well. Pinch these tabs, rotate it up. Little bit of hair wrap, not too bad though. We're gonna wash this. Lift it up. Yeah, that's not too bad. We'll wipe that down. There's a membrane there. Now the thing about these come apart. That one's starting to get distorted, but you have to replace these after a while. But pull it off and pull it off. You can't get them mixed up because they'll, oh, that one's really stuck on there. Oh, they're color coded. We're gonna wash these with water. There's a lot of dirt. This one doesn't have a lot of the stuff on like the P10, but it's getting a little distorted. This one's just really dirty. So we'll wash those. I'm not going to wash this. There's metal. This isn't dirty. I don't want to get water in there. Okay, we're in good shape. Let's take everything to the sink. Okay, let me show you a cleaning trick with the dirty water tank. I like to use the scrubby bubbles just because they stink so bad. And at the end, we're going to use an Effordent tablet. This brush works great from Walmart. It's like $5. It's just perfect for cleaning all this. Make sure the seal is clean and intact. That's where it creates the suction from. You want to clean the lid also. Now, every time you empty your dirty water tank, this is when you're normally using it, I rinse mine out and then I put an Effordent tablet in the bottom. That way, whenever it starts filling up with dirty water tank, that's going to kill the germs and not have any odor. I'll have links to all of these products that I'm using. This is the Shark Back Mop Solution. I put a little bit in the clean water tank on my website, justadadapproved.com. Okay, this is the funnest part I got right here. Okay, this filter is reusable, but it takes a while to dry. Pretty incredible. You do have to replace it after a while. But wow, that was easy. All right, next, some of this stuff, I use this. Let's get these soaking. Be careful, stuff can get to you. The dust box soaking. And this brush just works for everything. This was really dirty. But that's good. That just tells us this thing was working good. It's a big unit and it's expensive, but at least it works. I just don't know that we need changing mop pads. Let me know what you think in the comments. It's a lot of extra expense. I think Walmart sells out of this brush every time I do a video. It is so popular. There, even does these really. I can get a lot of grit, like a lot of force. Again, I'll have a link to it in the description. It's on my website too. There's a section for cleaning your robots and upgrades. And what else? Oh, this one. Look at that dirt just come off of it. Wow. All right. Now I'll show you a cleaning trick. It is best to let this stuff dry, but I'll show you a trick to speed it up. Okay, if you're in a hurry like me, get this blower that I've got a link to in the description and on my website, and you're just going to blow them dry. Does a really good job. This one, it struggles on a little bit, but if you keep blowing it and then drying it, same with this one. Here's all the mop pads I took off. These got little scrubbers on them, which you would think work a little better, but I don't know that it did. These are the general purpose ones it uses the most. If you don't select something, it just uses the blue. These are the high mopping for, maybe they are a little thicker for like in your bathroom to soak up water. But I can't tell much difference. I mean, here they are new. Again, it needs to be like really different mop pads. So that, yeah, this is definitely doing something different, but maybe soaking up water, maybe. Okay, I got a wet towel. This is a membrane, very, very thin. If you cut that, it's going to ruin the robot. But you do need to wipe it down. This is... clean up rather nicely. Oh yeah, right here. Not too bad with the solution. The Dreame L40S, this was all kind of caked with solution and stuff. This one did a pretty good job. And just give it a last little. gust of air. Ooh, quite a bit came out here. Be careful of the carpet sensor. All right, that thing was full of dirt and debris in places I didn't know. Ooh, there's a little more there. All right. Okay, let's put the brush roller. The orange is going to go on the orange. Slide it on and click it into place. You may have to turn it a little bit. There. Click. These are in pretty good shape. Click. Now find the arrows. There's 2 arrows. All right, we're going to take up here. There's a little groove you got to get into right there. We have to turn them a little bit. And then they're going to go down into that little groove right here. This is very important. That's flush and that's flush. Now we're going to get the door. Put the feet in first, wiggle it, and put it on and click it into place. Put your finger down here, make sure that's engaged. Yes, we're all in good shape. Little trick with the mop pads. Make sure you get the blue with the blue, but make sure you engage the Velcro. Put it on, but make sure you really smash that Velcro down. That does help. There. And it pivots. And just throw it on there and put the other colors where they go accordingly. Yellow goes to yellow. That's the scrubber ones. And the one that's just gray goes to the gray. And the door, you're simply going to just magnetically stick them there. All right, we're going to flip the robot over. Here's the dustbin. Here's the new filter. There's these little ears. There's a little handle here. So put the ears in. Click it into place, nice and flush. That's going to go towards the back. This is all clean. There's no... Yeah, it's kind of snug fit, but it's nice and flush. Never had any problems with the lid. Turn it on. If you dock it, it also turns it on. But the light... And then I forgot about this filter. Huh, could have done a little better job. But that just snaps into place. Not really snap, just sits there. Okay, I should have probably led with this. Let's go into the Dreame 10. Let's reset the maintenance reminders. But first, let's just see exactly how much it's been cleaning. Cleaning history. 73 cycles. So it did have more cycles than the Aqua 10. 27,000 square feet. 3,861 minutes. Look at the greens. Now, I probably told to go home. Green, green. Cleaning interrupted. That's usually... I told it to stop or something. This zone cleaned. But this thing has been a pleasure to use. It's big. Global cleaning. We even have a dirt map. There's a grime, so it has a dirt detection sensor. You could start recleaning. I thought it did recleaning on its own. Sometimes, this is when it, on this global cleaning, it did a reclean. Yeah, see this one, the grime was here, but not here. So it went back on the second cleaning and cleaned that area with grime. Yep, it sure did. I love dirt detection sensors. Perfect. Now, they're not always super accurate. Like one day it was all grime and the next day it wasn't, but I don't think the room changed that much, but maybe it did. Mop washing one time. No, that's the recleaning. Let's do a global cleaning. Mop washed 4 times, dust collected 3 times. So it's been doing a great job. I absolutely love it. Let's reset the sensors. Dock settings again. I thought, I had all the detergents on. Tank A, Tank B, Tank C. May have to dive more into that. There's that clean the washboard. That you can do that, but it just does an okay job. You still got to take it all apart like I did. All right. Accessory usage. So the filter, we did replace it, but you should clean that every 2 weeks. It doesn't tell you. In my opinion, there should be a reminder to clean the filter every 2 weeks. But let's go ahead and reset it. Because if you wait the entire 150 hours, it's going to be super compacted. Side brush, we got more time. Main brush, I didn't replace it, so I'm going to leave it. I did clean the sensors. I'm going to reset the timer. Mop pads, replace as needed. Dust bag, so you're good to go. Here's my home. Very few no-go zones like this thing. And then it tells you where it's been used in the C mop pads and the A. And I use C for my kitchen. That's a really thin rug that not many robots can handle. But you can see it just does a good job. This is a really thick carpet. It struggles. It doesn't struggle. It actually doesn't. Most robots do. So anyway, it's been doing a great job. Okay, it's time for the big reveal. The 3-month real world score. Hassle factor. It had very little hassle, so it's got 5 stars. No hassle, basically. Hair test, 5 out of 5. Corner sweep, 5 out of 5. Cleaning and mopping, did an excellent job of cleaning. Clutter test, never got stuck hardly. Overall score, 5 out of 5. Now, wait for the sticker it's going to get is wait for a deal. Just a dad approved. Okay, I love it. It's expensive. And I don't know that we necessarily need changing mop pads. That's the biggest thing. It all works. It cleans. The proof, you saw the proof. Every time I emptied that dirty water tank, it was full of dirty water. It does a really good job. It just function-wise, I don't know if we need something that changed, if they had a base station with bigger mop pads or bigger clean and dirty water tanks and this robot that was about $500 cheaper, that'd probably get a gold standard. It would get a gold standard. I don't know that we need this. It functions very, very well. This is for a Gen 1, they took a Gen 5 robot that's very well proven. And this is a Gen 1. So for a Gen 1 design, it's very well made, works great. Yep, it's just too expensive. $1,700. It's attractive, looks nice, but it's big. Now on my website, justadadapproved.com, you'll see all my scoring system. You'll see the baseball card for this. And I'm going to check out, I just finished up the Aqua 10. I'm going to be doing the same for the MOBA Mobius. Now, the MOBA Mobius is probably going to get the same score. It is a little cheaper, but they took out dirt detect sensor. MOVA Z60, I'm getting ready to do that. The Roborock Curve is getting ready to go to my house. That thing's doing amazing. That's the Curve 2 flow with the mop roller. Absolutely love it, but I can't get too overexcited about it. I got to take it to the house. There might be some flaws in it. Just finished up with the Dreame L40S. It's wait for a deal. It's a great robot. It was originally $1,000, but it's on sale for $500. That's a good deal. So this one is a buy it now. When it's full price, which is $300, it's a buy. Vacuum only though. So check out my new series. I've got a series where I test these robots. The advertisement versus reality. Can it clean exactly how it shows in the ad? Well, some can, some can't. So Narwhal, I just finished up with it. The Roborock Curve could. The Curve Flow 2 was amazing. And I went into that thinking it was going to fail. So look for that new series coming. Also, check out my website, justadadapproved.com. That's where all the robots, after they finish this test, like this is the final test. They've been to my house. I clean them. I give them a final score. They show up on my website. And that's where you can find all the ones that I approve of. Justadadapproved.com. If you buy a robot off of my website, the product's not going to cost you anymore. But I do earn a small commission from the sale. I do purchase all these robots with my own money. I'm not held by anything. I want to get you the best robot for the best price. And any robot that has my sticker, stamp, seal of approval will always have the videos to back it up. It'll have the unboxing, the review, compare it to the closest competitor. I take it to my home, use it for 3 months. This is that video. Like I just brought it. In my truck. I show you how to do the cleaning. After that, I give it the final score. So all those videos will back up, exactly how my common sense, everyday, real world testing comes into play on these robot vacuum cleaners. You can spend $900 and get a piece of junk, or you can spend $900 and get a really, really good robot vacuum cleaner. That's where I'm hoping to help you as much as I can, and my website's the easiest and best place to go to. If you found this video helpful, Leave a thumbs up. If there's a way you would like this video done differently or any comments, I do look at all my comments. Leave me a comment down below. Thanks everybody for watching. If you could, please like, subscribe, and thanks again.